all the news items about the excessively overdressed trees and homes in our neighborhood as we get closer and closer to Christmas, and stories of shopping madness. There were two very solemn news items that so indicate the story of the gospel today that we can't leave them unmarked. The first was the remembrance in Montreal of the 30th anniversary of the massacre of the women at Pont-Secnet. Women who were separated out just because they were women, were murdered just because they were women, for no other reason. They were separated out and gunned down just because they were women. I don't know about you, but I can remember exactly where I was when I saw that news story come across the air. I was a newly ordained priest, and I was on a home visit, and I was visiting a woman who, like me, was a single parent, who, like me, was a woman striving in a vocation that, till that point, was clearly dominated by men. And we really didn't have anything to talk about anymore. We just stood and watched the screen and thought, that could be me. I could be singled out, separated from others, and murdered just because I am a woman. The second story that followed shortly after that in the news was about the visit of a woman, a powerful woman, Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany, who was on a state visit to Poland. And she paid a visit, an historic visit, to the concentration camp at Auschwitz. Again, where people were separated out for only one reason, because they were Jews, who were separated out and singled out for murder only because of who they were, not for anything they had done, simply because of who they were. Separated out. In our world, we continue to separate people out. And we ask ourselves, as we think 30 years has gone by since these women were killed, do we see change? Still in our country, it is not illegal to own the same firearm that killed those women. There is a strong voice crying out in the wilderness to see the end of that. In our world, 80 years on from what happened in that camp, where is the voice in the wilderness that says it is wrong to separate people out because of their color, because of their faith, because of their religion, because of their ethnicity, because of their gender, because of their sexual preferences? Where is the voice that cries out? Because indeed, if we look around, we see that not much has changed. In fact, in our world now, anti-Muslim feeling, anti-Jewish feeling, anti-gay feeling, none of these things are in reduction. In fact, they're on the increase. We see more and more right-wing parties being elected in the same places where those atrocities occurred. Where is the voice? Who should be that voice that cries out against separation? John the Baptist tells us today there will indeed be a separation in our world. There will be a judgment. But the separation will not be between male and female, black, white, gay, straight, Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, Christian. The separation will be between those who bear good fruit and those who bear fruit of evil. So where's the voice? Who should do these things? Who Who should speak out? Should it not be each and every one of us? Is it not our voice that should cry out? Is it not me or you that should speak out? And yet frequently we don't. Frequently when we see acts or hear of acts of racism and homophobia and xenophobia, we laugh nervously, or we look away, or we pretend we didn't hear, or we think someone else will take care of it. Each and every one of us has a voice. Each and every one of us has the ability to take an action. And that action can be as simple as what Paul tells us today. Welcome. Just welcome a stranger. Just welcome those who we think are different or separate from us. It's a simple act. Welcoming embraces all those things that are the call of the gospel. Justice, tolerance, righteousness, forgiveness, reconciliation. Welcoming means seeing in the other the same person that I am. Yesterday, I was up walking my dogs, as ever. And as I was toiling up this big snowy slope, I saw this woman coming rocketing down that slope towards me. And I recognized it was one of my neighbors, who is a Muslim. So there she is in her traditional headgear, in a dress, with some kind of pants tucked underneath, and she's on this toboggan and she's just hurtling down this hill. And here's me, in my old barn coat, my Habs tunic, just looking like the wrath of God, literally. And I thought to myself, how different we are. And then I thought, on that day, 30 years ago, she and I would have been lined up side by side, just because we were human. So we aren't different. We aren't separate. I said to her, because she doesn't speak a lot of English, having fun? And she said to me, fun. But going upstairs is hard. My brothers and sisters, going upstairs is hard. And John tells us today, bear the fruits that represent good, justice, tolerance, inclusion, righteousness, welcome of other, turn away from violence, and all those things that separate us, not from one another, but from the love of God. Paul tells us nothing can separate us from the love of God. Not life, death, principalities, powers, things present, things to come. But we can separate ourselves if we choose to bear the fruits of evil rather than the fruits of good. Welcome the stranger, Paul reminds us. And then we will see a kingdom where all people are